This is the Yankees POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the New York Yankees. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, this afternoon in the Bronx played out perfectly. The Yankees, under bright, sunny skies, beat the Brewers 4-2. A little nerve-wracking at the end. We'll get to it. Carlos Rodon got the start, pitched effectively over 5 1/3. He gets the win. The Bombers, as we said, off to a great start. Speaking of getting off to a great start, how about catcher Austin Wells? A home run on the third pitch he sees from Freddie Peralta. And guess what? He becomes the first catcher ever to lead off a game on opening day with a home run. His blast, as we said, came on the third pitch of the game. Freddie Peralta serving it up. Anthony Volpe also went yard. And the Yanks get the season going with a win. Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Berman. If you're a New Yorker, you might recognize my work. If not, welcome aboard. I've spent more than 2 decades in the biz, everything from TV to web to radio. Welcome aboard. You can follow me on X at Jay Berman, Jayberman. Welcome to the Locked On Yankees POSTCAST, both on the Locked On Yankees YouTube channel and the Locked On Yankees podcast feed. The POSTCAST gives you a place to hang out after every single Yankees game. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. Reigning American League MVP Aaron Judge had an RBI double. That came in a 2-run 7th inning and helped the Yanks tack on some insurance, which the bullpen would need. The newest Yankee, Devin Williams, he does shut the door in the 9th, earning the save in his first appearance in pinstripes. However, some nervous times in the 9th inning. We'll get to it. Let's break it all down right here on the Yankees POSTCAST. As we said, 4-2, the final score. We'll start with Austin Wells, who, as we said, on the third pitch he sees from Freddie Peralta, makes history. The first catcher to lead off opening day with a home run, again, in Major League history. Really awesome stuff. He's also the first Yankee to hit a leadoff home run on opening day. So it was history on multiple fronts for Austin Wells. All right, Carlos Rodon got the start. As we said, it was supposed to be Garrett Cole. It was not. Instead, it was Carlos Rodon trying to bounce back. Rodon, 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 7 Ks, did allow a home run. But again, pretty solid work through 89 pitches. Lots of balls today. It was a slow game. The splits again for Rodon, 89 pitches and 58 for strikes. As we said, Austin Wells got off to a very fast start. It was a typical Yankee Stadium home run, as was Anthony Volpe's. Wells makes it to the first row, a home run only in Yankee Stadium. Anthony Volpe made it to about the second or third row. Very few stadiums that is a home run in as well. As we said, Freddie Peralta gave up those 2 home runs, but he settled in nicely for the Brewers. He threw 93 pitches, 5 innings, 2 earned, struck out 8. The Yankees, again, 8 struck out 10 times today. 8 from Freddie Peralta, and he's a grunter, if you will. Lots of noise coming from him after a pitch. I will say this. It gets annoying in tennis. It gets annoying in baseball as well. Enough about that. As we said, Wells led off the game for the Yanks with a home run. Aaron Judge hit the bag on an RBI double. That came in the 2-run 7th inning. As we said, provided the Yankees with plenty of insurance. Judge was 1 for 4, did strike out twice. Cody Bellinger, his first game as a Yankee, he was 1 for 2 with a walk. He did strike out as well. Paul Goldschmidt, another new Yankee. Again, the top of the order was Wells, Judge, Bellinger, Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt was 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Jazz Chisholm, and we'll get to Jazz's defense coming up. He was 0 for 3 with a walk, struck out twice. Jason Dominguez was 0 for 3. So it wasn't really an offensive onslaught, if you will. But again, home runs from Wells and from Volpe. The bullpen did their job. They almost didn't. Tim Hill gets 2/3, finishes up the 6th inning for Rodon. Mark Leiter Jr. struck out 2 in his inning of work. Luke Weaver did walk a batter, but also struck out 2 in his inning of work. And then there's the Devin Williams situation, of course, coming over from the Brewers in exchange for Nestor Cortez this past offseason. He gets the save, but it wasn't pretty. He threw 36 pitches and quite frankly was lucky to get out of it. He threw, as we said, 36 pitches, 21 strikes. So the splits are not good. Gave up the run, but came up to strike out 2 with 2 runners in scoring position. A base hit at that point in time would have tied the game. So at least he bared down and got it done. Again, his first save in a Yankee uniform. Not a single Yankee had more than 1 hit today. Paul Goldschmidt, Jazz Chisholm, Jason Dominguez, Ben Rice, and Oswaldo Cabrera, they combined, again, did not have multiple hits. No Yankee had multiple hits. The only Yankees without hits, Goldschmidt, Chisholm, and Dominguez, as well as Ben Rice. All right, we talked about Jazz's defense. If you were watching closely today, he looked slick at second base, really impressive, of course, after making the move from third base to second base. And what's interesting is that we weren't sure how the defensive alignment was going to be, specifically at third base. Would they get success from Jazz moving to second base? Well, after one game, pretty good. Pretty slick, turning some double plays as well. So Jazz looked pretty good. As for Anthony Volpe, we know about the down year in 24. So off to a good start here in 25. 1 for 4 with the home run. He did strike out once. Speaking of striking out, Jackson Chourio, the platinum sombrero today, and one big one that came in the 9th inning with 2 runners on. He represented the tying run at that point in time. But again, 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts. He's perhaps their best hitter. So kudos to Carlos Rodon, who got him 3 times. Christian Yelich was 0 for 4. William Contreras was 0 for 4. Rhys Hoskins was 0 for 2. The top 4 hitters in that lineup hitless. So wonderful job by Carlos Rodon. Again, a slow-moving game, lots of balls. Again, 89-58 split for Rodon, 93-58 strikes for Freddie Peralta. And again, strange times in regards to the quickness of the game. It was slow. It was very slow, but again, 4-2 is the final score. Remember, tomorrow is an off day. We'll get to the schedule coming up. The Yankees will play Saturday and Sunday. Again, this is the time of year when weather gets tricky, so we're not exactly sure what we're looking at. We do have percentage chance of rain Saturday and Sunday. We'll have to keep our eyes and ears open for any and all weather. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk about history made. As we said, home runs from Austin Wells and Anthony Volpe. First time we've seen that in a while. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with an order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage, so now is your turn. Join the Trade Master program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. All right, next up is FanDuel. March Madness is here. And FanDuel's giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's 200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories, and even who's cutting down the nets right around the corner. Picking my favorites. I've got my eye on a few underdogs this year, and FanDuel makes it easy to back them with spreads, totals, and game props. Staying in the action with tournament games happening almost every day, there's always something exciting to bet on. It's easy and fast. The FanDuel app's simple to use, and when I win, I get paid instantly. No waiting around. So visit FanDuel.com, get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. All right, we are back. Final segment of the show as the Yankees open the 2025 season in style. They beat the Brewers 4-2. Carlos Rodon at the start, Devin Williams at the back, albeit nerve-wracking times in the ninth inning for the Yankees' new closer. But again, a win is a win, and the Yankees are off. And speaking of starting off quickly, obviously, Austin Wells. We know now he is the first Yankee ever to hit a leadoff home run on opening day, and he's the first catcher to lead off opening day with a home run in Major League history. It's never happened before until today. Some news and notes we'll get to, and some good news. Aaron Boone told us before the game in his pregame press conference that Giancarlo Stanton, believe it or not, sort of out of the blue, didn't expect this, swinging a bat, according to Aaron Boone, a far cry from where we thought Stanton was and would be at this point in time. But again, that's good news. So Stanton swinging a bat, that will certainly lengthen the lineup when he eventually comes back. Ben Rice, which is interesting, of course, DH today, made the start, his first opening day start. He switched to number 22. If you recall, the last player to wear number 22 for the Yankees, Juan Soto. So Ben Rice taking Soto's old number, 22. Nestor Cortez got a big ovation when he was introduced pregame. Interesting times for Cortez, who is now a Milwaukee Brewer. Of course, he was in the trade for Devin Williams. He almost saw his old team beat his new team thanks to the guy he was traded for. But again, good to see Nestor Cortez there. Sad news, the Yankees observed a moment of silence in memory of Miller Gardner. Obviously, the son of Brett Gardner passed away tragically just a couple of days ago. And Andy Pettitte threw out the first pitch. If you were watching the pregame, a lot of talk about how Andy Pettitte helped Carlos Rodon over the offseason, obviously pitching in New York, being a left-handed starter, all good things that Andy Pettitte has plenty of experience in. So again, good to see Rodon pick the ear of Andy Pettitte. Again, Rodon, Hill, Leiter, Weaver, and Williams, despite the end, pretty good setup there as Hill, Leiter, and Weaver were excellent. In 2 2/3, they struck out 4, walked 1, did not allow a hit, and obviously did not allow a run as well. All right, as for the schedule, well, we told you, Friday is an off day. It stinks because you're into the mojo now of baseball, and you got to wait 48 hours now. Regardless, the Yankees and Brewers will not play on Friday. Back at it Saturday. That is a 1 o'clock Eastern time start at the stadium. Sunday, interesting, a day game, but also take note, it's a 1:35 start time on Sunday. Max Fried is going on Saturday against the Brewers. Marcus Stroman, believe it or not, climbs the ladder to the number 3 spot in the rotation. And considering where he was just a month and a half ago, kudos to him, he will start on Sunday. After the Brewers leave town, another off day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday against Arizona. Burns, Galen, and Kelly will be your starters for Arizona at that point in time. Then it's on to the road. They'll face Pittsburgh and Detroit. 3 in Pittsburgh, 3 in Detroit before we finally return home. So again, day off on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, day off Monday, Tuesday through Sunday. So it fits to be a pretty busy week to start for the Yankees. All right, thank you for making Locked On Yankees your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the Locked On MLB season previews. Every contender, every division, everything you need to know. Find all 6 episodes on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also want to mention our partners in crime over at Locked On Yankees, Stacey Gotsulias and Brian McKeon, the best. Follow, subscribe, and enjoy. Again, 4-2 the final score as the Yankees get a nice and neat little win over the Brewers. Home runs from Austin Wells to start the game. Also, Anthony Volpe. Devin Williams struggled in the 9th inning. However, he seals the deal, and the Yankees win it 4-2. We will, of course, be with you immediately following game number 2 of the season, a day game, Saturday in the Bronx, weather permitting, against the Brewers. Again, that will start at 1 Eastern. Have a good night, everyone.